What's going on, guys? I'm Javier.
Johan,
Welcome back to the Madoso podcast.
episode 2.
Episode 2.
Excited for it, man. You know, we got about a week away from, very first Black Friday drop. Honestly, it's the very first time. Really excited for it. We've been working on it for like a crazy ass time now. Seems like a while now.
Yeah. We've been planning this Black Friday drop for Madoso. For a little bit now. We have a few deals coming up, and we want to share that with you guys today. We want to share it with the audience.
Just kind of talk about the process, what basically came along from it, because we literally had the drop from like looking this way to how it's looking right now. Because we had a lot of things that we were trying to strategize, figure out. Honestly, figuring out also with our manufacturer what we could get in time as well.
Right.
Because I think it's one of the things about us that we also want to get the product out to you guys as fast as you guys can get it. Like once you guys order it, buy it, it's shipped out as soon as we can. So that's something we're still working on, but something hopefully in the future it's something we're
what would you say? What do you think was like the hardest part of the? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What do you think was the hardest part of like this putting this Black Friday drop together?
Honestly, man, I think to me, I feel like it was just figuring out the deals, to be honest. Like what we wanted to put, like actually what's going to be the deal, because that's the thing about Black Friday. It's making a deal for people, Like when I would buy things, whether it was electronics, clothes, whatever it was, I was looking for the best deal. So honestly trying to figure out something that's intriguing for people to want to, be like, oh, this is a deal. I think to me that was the hardest part. What about you?
Yeah, I think figuring out our offer, like you said, our deal, because there's so many ways we could go about it, right? Mm-hmm. Then there's so many ways that brands do go about it, companies go about it, right? Whether it's buy one get one off, bundle deals, whether it's free gift, free shipping. There's just so many ways you could go about it. So it's like, what's the best way for us, our business, our brand, and for the customers, more importantly? You know what I'm saying? So absolutely. We strategized. We went back and forth for a few days. We were going to do a percentage off. We're like, fuck it. And I think we originally did that because that was the easiest. Yeah. After like a week of giving it some thought and just asking around, talking with some people, getting advice, we came up with a bundle deal for y'all, for the customers, and we thought that was kind of the best way to do it, is create bundles, because with us being a new brand, we feel like we want people to have as much Madoso as they can, right? I think we just need more Madoso out there in the world. That's kind of our goal at the moment. So we said, hey, why not? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, basically, we kind of pivoted because we were going to release a certain collection, our Foundations collection. We'll talk about that later or like in a different episode. But for now, we're like, bro, we got to drop this for Black Friday. So if you guys have seen on our Instagram, Twitter account, Facebook, we're dropping our Foundations tee, which it's basically our logo tee.
Yep. I was going to say 2 different colorways. The light gray and then a vintage black. Something I think the colors that we picked out, I think they go well with a lot, with everything damn near. It's just like one of those essential tees. It's not too much, but it's just a perfect tee. Sometimes you need that perfect tee in your wardrobe. To me, dude, I think they're really just, the quality of it's insane. The way it fits, to me, it's so nice. It is a little oversized, so you do definitely want to size down when you get that tee. Yeah. But if you like that oversized look, definitely go ahead and just go true to size.
Right. Yeah. No, I think the best part is the quality. It's very heavyweight, and it has like a distressed on this seam on the, what is that, like the shoulder to sleeve?
Yeah, the shoulder sleeve.
Yeah, the shoulder seam. It's like the way the blank was created was so this like sleeve part of the seam is sewn in like in reverse, so it's kind of distressed. So we wanted to give it that vintage t-shirt feel still. The quality is still heavyweight with like a vintage feel to it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that just kind of resonates with our brand. We take a lot of inspiration from like 80s, 90s, any vintage era really. But we also want to mix it in with like our style and kind of like the modern day style. So I feel like it's a really cool tee that blends both of them. So if you want to get it out real quick and show them, I guess we could kind of like talk and show a little bit of like the seam.
So if you want to hold one, I'll hold one too.
So this is the light gray colorway in a white.
Not this one, guys. My bad.
And yeah, I don't even know if like the camera's getting this. It probably is, but and the light's probably off. But
no, yeah, you will definitely put some pictures up so you guys can see. If you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, X, you guys have definitely seen the product pics already. Yeah, I mean they'll show you more detail in there. I think this shirt for me, it's something I've been wearing a lot like the last month since we got them in. It's just in my everyday. Wear it just like that, put a coat on if I have to, a flannel, just whatever, just you can style it with whatever. It feels really nice. Go to bed with it, man. Like
yeah, no, I've
perfect tee for me.
Yeah, I've done everything in this tee. So we got the like woven tag on here, which is really cool with our own Madoso tag on there with the sizing. Just like you said, I mean I've done everything in this t-shirt too. So like I go to sleep with it, go to the gym, wear it on runs, just you know, whether I'm going out, whether I'm chilling for the day, like I've literally worn this at every occasion. And like you said, either throw a jacket or flannel on and you can't go wrong. What color is your favorite?
I think the black one's my favorite, honestly. I think just me, my wardrobe really is a lot of black and white tees. So I think that's why the black, but the gray one still, it hits, you know. I haven't been trying to wear as much because the inventory still isn't in yet. It's coming in though. So we're just trying to get that out to most of those people that have asked us for it. They've seen a lot of those people have seen it at the fashion show when we had it, debuted it there. So I know we got a lot of good feedback. It was a really cool show to show it off.
Hell yeah. So basically, let's get back to like the bundle. And you can get both of these t-shirts for $60. They're $40 a piece. But if you get them in the bundle deal, you'll get them at $60 for the two. So that's one of our Black Friday deals. And you know what I'm saying? Best of luck. We're only going to have that deal up for a little bit of time. We'll give that more information on our social media and website. But just be on the lookout, man.
We're on the lookout for this. Now we actually got the other banger.
Yeah, we got to talk about the heavy hitter. Let's talk about the heavy hitter. I call this one the heavy hitter because I feel like hella people have been like asking us for it, and they've seen it for what, like 6 months now.
Yeah, we've definitely. I know we've had this in the vault, but we definitely just felt like we didn't want to just put it out the wrong time. I think anytime we put it out would have been the right time, but
right.
I think for us, we definitely want to strategize with it more, figure out how we wanted to do the shoe, what else we want to put it out with. But I think this shirt's going to hit, man. I think we've gotten a lot of good feedback. I think a lot of people have always told us that's the one that they wanted.
Right, so you got the Kiss graphic on the front with the tongue out, and then he's got the little smiley tab on there. And then on the back, Madoso Studios with the brains in the jars. So the sound waves. So a lot of people don't like really know this about me and you, but like we're very inspired by rock music, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our bookshelf here, it's a lot of rock books, biographies, just everything about rock. I don't think we're the biggest Kiss fans, but I think I always liked everything about them, like their look.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
Their look was sick. Like, music was straight. I like that they're from the D, too.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool as fuck. But to me, I just think their aesthetic was always crazy. Just the painted face, the way they were a group. I mean, it was sick. You know, it's sick.
Right, right.
Finding this was so fire, bro.
Right. And so this t-shirt by itself is actually going to be a little bit more expensive than the other tees, but we're putting this in a bundle with the other tees. So you could get all three of these tees for $90, which is a steal. Individually, they're all way more expensive than that. So yeah, we got the bundle deals for the 2 t-shirts, the Foundations tees. We got the bundles for the 3 t-shirts. And we're also going to do bundles for our Advantage hoodie and Advantage sweatpants. That's something that we released earlier this year in 2023. I'm wearing the midnight blue sweatpants, Advantage sweatpants right now.
We got the chocolate here, sweatpants.
And yeah, and then we got the matching hoodie to go with it. So we'll put that up on the screen However, I don't know where I'm pointing at, but we'll put that up. If you've been following us on our social medias, you've definitely seen that drop, and it was really popular. I think a lot of people like the chocolate colorway, and we're bringing that back. So if you go on our website at this moment, which is Thursday the 16th?
16th.
Thursday the 16th, it's not on there, but for Black Friday, we'll have the chocolate hoodie and sweatpants back on there. So we're really excited. That's also a bundle deal as well, a hoodie and sweatpant. Right now, I believe it's $160 for the pair, and we'll be bringing that back down to $125.
$125, yep.
$125 for the pair. So just be on the lookout, man. I think it's gonna be really sick. To all our sorry, I hear people talking. I think there's they're on the phone outside, and so our neighbors be tripping, bro. But yeah, we just wanted to get on here right away, let you guys know about our Black Friday deals, and yeah, just let our customers know what we have going on and kind of the process with the Black Friday mindset and thinking.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have just been seeing a lot of the stuff, the tees, the sweats. I know the chocolate colorway, a lot of people wanted it back, and I think Black Friday is the best time to bring it back for them because that's when most people are doing their shopping, you know. So
right.
That I think for us, it's just let's give the people what they want when it's a active time for people to shop, you know.
Right.
That's something we're talking about a little bit earlier, or the other episode were business. You know, we gotta figure out how to strategize and how to get what's the best way to get these shirts out to the people.
Right. And like what's crazy or not is like we weren't even gonna do a Black Friday drop, remember? Yeah. Like we literally just put this on the go. Not on the go, right? But like we literally like when we should have been thinking about Black Friday, we weren't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a last minute decision in a sense. But I think everything works out how it's supposed to work out and shit. But that's just something that we're still learning. And we talk about that every day, how it's like, fuck, like we got to just keep going and stuff like that. So we're like, we don't want to miss this opportunity because this would technically be the second Black Friday since the brand's been born, I think. Third, maybe, honestly. I think the third. And this is the first time we're doing it.
Yeah.
So that's actually kind of crazy.
It's crazy.
But yeah, be on the lookout for that, guys. Friday, what's that? November 24th at midnight. So Thanksgiving, you know, enjoy your Thanksgiving with the fam, and then at midnight, you know, this will be going live. So unless you're subscribed to the email list, which you can do at www.madoso.live, then you guys will have early access. So yeah, if you guys want early access to these bundles, go on our website, subscribe to the email list, and you'll get that before you'll get these bundle deals before the public does.
I was gonna talk about the photo shoot real quick too, because that was a crazy photo shoot because it was just very last minute too. We didn't have a model to do it at all, and I said, you know what, if worst comes to worst, I'll go ahead and just model real quick. I think the best thing about it is we already knew what kind of poses we should do, or it was just easier working with someone who's actually behind the brand and just, you know, trying to show off the shirt as best as we can, the quality, everything that the shirt's, you know, the stressing on it, the way it fits. So
right,
it was nice. Shout out Riego, shout out Irving, they were helping us out that day. Shout out Hex for letting us go. He still gotta give us that footage, man, of the police showing up.
Oh yeah, we still need that footage. So
that was crazy.
We do need that footage, but yeah, no, the photo shoot was sick because, like he said, he stepped into the role, and we'll post some pictures here. He stepped into the role, and when we didn't have a model, and we had like a couple people lined up, and they weren't able to, different timings and stuff like that. And then he said, "Fuck it, let me just do it." So I think it worked out great. But like, so do you usually do Black Friday shopping? I know when we were younger, we went a lot, but I guess I don't really know if you've gone in recent years.
Shopping wise, nah. I usually just do online stuff. A lot of the stuff now I try to look for is like electronics, some clothes deals, but I like to look for the electronics a lot. Usually Best Buy has some stuff, Amazon might have something, but I think as far as like actually shopping, I think it's been a minute now. I mean, it's hard not hard, but I'd rather just go online, you know.
What about from like back in the day? Do you remember like when we used to go, or anything that you were like that you got one day that you were like, yo, this is a fucking deal?
Man, I can't even quite remember off the top. I do remember waking up early because I remember that's when they used to do it, man. You remember, like,
Yeah.
because now it's just like damn near starts right after you have Thanksgiving dinner. All right, deals are starting. I think they're
Right.
changing that up, but
Well, deals start. Oh, I guess in person you're talking about,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
in
yeah.
person,
Okay,
in
yeah.
person. So that's because I do remember just like going with the whole family and stuff. I remember we'd have dinner, whatever, everyone would be together, then it'd be like 4 a.m. we're up and we're out at the stores, at the malls and
Yeah.
everything like that. That's something I think I remember more than buying stuff. um I just feel like I didn't have, now when I had bread I feel like then I was just buying online, you know.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think by the time we were like had our own money, everything had shifted online. But I remember the video games used to go crazy. You could get
Yeah.
cheap video games at Walmart and shit for like $15, maybe 20,
Video
compared to like
games.
$60 or whatever. And I feel like that became a thing. I feel like we would just be like, oh, let's just wait till Black Friday. Let's just wait till Black Friday to get them because it'd be so much cheaper. Like FIFA, I think like
Madden,
Madden,
2K,
2K.
Call of Duty smart because they would them dudes would always release like a little bit before, so it wasn't really
Yeah, it
like
wasn't
I
that
feel
big of
like,
a discount, right? I
yeah,
don't
because
think it was.
maybe $5, but I think that was kind of smart on their end because they was like, man, we're just gonna release a little bit before.
We used to get a lot of movies too.
I forgot about
I
that.
feel like we used to buy a lot of DVDs. I
Fast and
remember like
Furious.
right before streaming started, I bought like the Batman series. I bought like the X-Men series, not Wolverine, but yeah, X-Men Wolverine series. I was like trying to build a little collection. I think this is when I was in high school. And then like a couple years later, fucking streaming takes over.
Yeah.
And like I mean, I think it's still cool though. I think collecting physical stuff's still cool, like CDs, books, DVDs. Obviously, we have like a collection of books, but I don't know. I'm just like, bro, I don't need these. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that big of a fan for like certain series that I'm like, okay, I could just do this on streaming. Books are a little bit different. I prefer like reading books and on the tablet or whatever. But yeah, I just remember that I was starting to kind of build like a DVD collection, and then like streaming came along the next year. So
I'm trying to think, bro. The only thing that came to mind was it was like one of my bigger purchases. It was a PlayStation 4. I don't know if you remember with the Spider-Man thing.
okay,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
moved
yeah, I
to
do
Dad's.
remember.
Maybe like 2018, 2019 time. I remember it was like, oh shit. I think it was like $200. Came with the game, controller. I think
Yeah,
it might
that
have
was
been like
nice.
the small one too.
That was right before like the PS5 really came out, right?
Yeah, because I think the PS4 came out, then they came out with the small one, and then it was that in between the small one
Yeah.
and then the PS5. But um, yeah, man. I mean, now the only thing I really do look for, if anything, is just gonna be just deals on, like I said, electronics, the clothes. Um, Definitely like going on Levi's, get a quick pair of pants on there.
Oh yeah.
Um,
You know what I'm looking forward to though?
what's that?
Drake's new album that he's dropping tonight. Well, it's not really an
Scary
album.
Hours.
He's dropping his like EP, which it's usually like I think every Scary Hours has been like 3 songs.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? What do you think about him dropping after dropping For All the Dogs last month?
I don't know.
Or
I
like, are you
mean,
excited for that?
I feel like I'm never too excited for Drake stuff, but I always end up liking it. But it's not like I also am. I don't know. I mean, I have like a love-hate relationship with Drake. I think you know that. I really
Yeah,
enjoy his stuff sometimes, but then I don't know. I think some of the stuff he does to me just ends up being, I wouldn't say corny, but I don't know. I just some of the stuff is alright. That would something Drake would do. You
yeah.
know? But
Kind of like what everyone says about, not everyone, but you know how what people be saying, like the memes and shit about him on Twitter and shit. Like you're kind of not one of those people, but you kind of feel the same way. Like you see some of that shit and you're like, yeah, that's just fucking Drake.
yeah, to me, I
Being
mean, I
Drake.
like Drake. You know, definitely don't get me wrong, but he's not like my favorite. I mean, I'm gonna definitely listen to it, tune in, see what he says in there. I'm sure it's gonna have some hard beats.
Yeah.
I feel like he might either come out with some hits, or he's just gonna be on his classic, like that softer beat and just spitting. You know.
So I'm gonna tell you, which I kind of told you already through text, but I think this is a strategy, or I think he's been having this strategy for maybe like over a year now. Cause, you know, he dropped For All the Dogs, said he wasn't gonna make any music anymore until like next year or in 2 years, and then he says he's dropping this. He said that he just made this in like the last 5 days. I think he said. I think he said 5 days ago this like didn't exist. Um, I think that he like had it. I don't know. Maybe it didn't exist, but I think he's just trying to beat MJ. You know, he just tied MJ's record for like the most number one billboards or whatever. And I feel like he's just kind of like, fuck it. Like, why would I wait to like surpass his record? Let me just do it now. You know what I'm saying? So he just dropped that video with J. Cole yesterday. You know, in it, that's where he references like gonna, you know, in that moment he was about to tie MJ. He said he's one away from MJ, and then in that video he's doing like MJ moves or whatever, imitating that MJ video with like the big statue and stuff like that. So I feel like that, and then later that day, right, like later at night, he announces that the next night he's gonna drop Scary Hours 3. So I feel like it's all a strategy to just like beat MJ.
True.
Which, like you said earlier, you're like, no one gives a fuck about that except for him. But I don't know. I think that's just his strategy.
Yeah, I mean, Drake just makes streams all the time to me. You know, it's just like I wouldn't be surprised. You know, especially nowadays. Like, I mean, it's just streaming. You know, everything's just streaming now as far as music goes. So I feel like someone's always breaking a record like every single day with the streams. And sometimes I'm just like, bro, it reminds me of just those like ESPN stats, you know, just like LeBron scored 30 points on April 8th while wearing black shoes. It's just, but I mean, he'll probably beat it for sure. Hopefully, it's fucking a fire song that beats it too. Cause you know me, I don't, not that I don't like when he sings, but I don't know. I just don't like singing either. You know?
Right.
Like R&B stuff, I feel like that's more you. And to me, I just like when he comes hard. You know, when he's spitting his shit, when he's like aggressive or when he has some of those just like club songs. That's the type of Drake I like.
Yeah.
That's my Drake.
How do you feel like music influences our brand in Madoso in the way that we put shit out in design?
I think it influenced a lot because I think we think about a lot of the stuff like shit, like even the shirt that's like from Music Base right there. I think we think about people we want to see it on as well. That's one of the main things. Lyrics always come to mind. An album, how an album makes us feel. I think it just relates. I mean, every time we're working on stuff, you know, whether it's a podcast or sports or music, something's always on, you know, or we're just referencing these artists, whether it's a rapper right now, a Belicon artist, a rock star from back in the days. I feel like it just influences a lot. Because it's just us too, you know, not just not necessarily the brand, but it's just who we are too, which reflects the brand as well.
Right. Yeah, I think that's like the best part is that when creating this brand, it's like you said, it's just us. Mm-hmm. So if we're into music, if we're into movies, if we're into whatever it may be, whatever hobbies, DJing or whatever, painting, like we can reflect all of that into the brand, which is sick. So like going back to the whole music thing, like, yeah, I feel like without our love from music from like a young age, I don't know if this brand even exists. Because like you said, there's so much inspiration that goes behind it. Like when we're listening to music, right? Like I've definitely have been on my laptop designing stuff. Like if I'm listening to like The Weeknd or something, like whatever I'm designing, if I'm listening to The Weeknd is different than if I'm listening to like Lil Wayne or something like that, or Gucci Mane or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, or then even like rock music, mm-hmm. right? I kind of we get tapped into those emotions. Even like, yeah, I guess the way that music makes us feel, I feel like that's kind of like reflects on our clothes, and that's how we want people to feel like about our clothes, which we've said before. Like the way like you feel when you listen to a song, like we want you to feel like we want our customers to feel that way when they like wear one of our pieces, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? So
any emotion.
Yeah. Shit. Any emotion, harness your emotion and to inspire resilience and creativity.
Definitely, man. I mean, shit. I think the other thing, music-wise, the main thing I feel like also with the Madoso brand is a lot of film. You know, film, whether it's a little bit of TV shows, movies, a little bit of anime. I think we just, man, I don't know. I feel like it's an art, you know. It's an art. We get a lot of inspiration, whether it's from the characters, the shots that they're taking, the music, just the mood. Even sometimes the rollout, you know. The rollout is sick as fuck, you know, taking a lot of inspiration on that. And the reason I say that too is just I'm just thinking about Naruto a lot. I've been on that a lot lately. And I think I feel like it's inspired me reading the book, watching a lot of like YouTube shorts about it. Why just just behind the scenes stuff about Naruto. I think it's just been inspiring me a lot lately. Who knows? It might come out with a collection, just some type of concept more than anything. And it's not going to necessarily be based around Naruto, but that's how collections end up getting started. Because just you read a little passage about something, and it just reflects back to the real world too. And then how can we interpret our clothes with that same thing?
Right. Hell yeah. No. That's the best part about like building this brand and doing Madoso is like taking what we're into, taking our experiences, and like you said, building a concept around it. So like it's not like it's necessarily, like you said, gonna be a Naruto based collection, but something that you found while reading that book or watching the anime, and like a concept in there can turn into a piece of clothing, which is like really sick. And that's just kind of like a little behind the scenes for like the people watching and listening of like how we think and go about our collections. And we'll definitely do more episodes where we like go in depth with that. But I think that's gonna be it for today, though. I think that was a pretty good conversation. And yeah, man, like I said, we're gonna keep doing these podcasts, keep talking about behind the scenes, talking about the brand, promoting our shit, and just letting you guys know who we are, who my brother is, who I am. And yeah, I think it's going to be a fun ride.
It's going to be a fun ride, excited to show you guys a little bit more about us, what inspires us. We had a good conversation right now about Drake. Music is something we're always talking about on a daily basis, clothes. So it's going to be cool, definitely, seeing this, looking back at this episode, the episode before this, and just how much the growth is. And you guys are all going to be along for the ride for it. So it's going to be exciting, man. So make sure you guys tune in. Black Friday drop should be, by the time this is out, should be
a few days
away. So by the time you guys are seeing this, you guys will definitely see that drop. One more thing to hit on. We do have that YouTube channel out. If you did see that first podcast, it's Madoso.live, correct?
_live.
Yep. And then the X account is up as well. Which
Madoso_live as well.
So make sure you guys go ahead, subscribe, follow us on that. Like our page on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok as well. Yep, we're gonna definitely be posting more on there. Probably get some shorts out there, some clips of these podcasts. Because I know that's how I watch a lot of sometimes podcasts. I see a little bit of clips. I'm like, let me watch the full thing.
Right. Yeah. I think everything's all about clips now, and which I think especially with a podcast, you see clips, and then that, like you said, that's what makes you go to the full thing. But and then real quick, guys, this is only our second one, so we're gonna get better at these. We're trying to get better with our setup, figuring that out, what's gonna be the best way that works. So we don't want to think about it too much. We just want to kind of pick up the camera and go, because I think that's just the best way to start, is to just fucking do it. Your first 100 are probably not gonna be the best, so we're trying not to think about it too much, and we just want to just go with it. So just bear with us for now, and we'll just try to keep improving with every single episode.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you. Make sure you guys look out for those bundle deals. Black Friday coming soon. And that's a wrap.
Hell yeah. Like, comment, subscribe.